Left wing, right wing, blah, blah, blah. Liberal, conservative. I mean, come on, really?
People that do dig our stuff and do like our thing, I think, can, help us with, making those types of opportunities possible. But finding, the perfect venue and the perfect stage to play is going to be difficult. We've got, what, 4, 5 venues in Arizona that we've said are, kind of our cornerstone venues that we would really, get a better show out of, and obviously the rest of the stuff that we've looked at and seen, no trunk space and no, no, small, venue type places, that's kind of been, where we've talked about it, I mean, at this point.
There's all sorts of different genres out there in music that, different people are into, whether it's punk rock. They're pretty punk rock fans that are generally just wanting to listen to punk rock, so it's not going to be smart for us to go in and play a punk rock show because they're not going to like it.
Right.
We're not punk rock. We're not metal. We go play a metal show, they ain't going to like it. So play for the fans that want to hear you. Find those venues that those fans are going to be at. Sometimes it's a night at a venue, might be pop rock night at the Crescent Ballroom. Well, we better go play that as opposed to playing, putting a round peg in a square hole, square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, we're not looking to book any death metal shows.
Definitely want to get into the bigger festivals. South by Southwest in Austin is a huge national festival that we got to get into.
I've already got you lined up for that. You do know that.
Awesome. Let's play. Some of the big ones: Coachella, Red Rock, Bird Rocks. I don't know, but Live Nation tours all over. It's really about getting a good manager that can make those inroads. There's lots of good bands out there that don't understand the business side of it, about making phone calls and emails and doing the follow-up and being accessible and having professionals be able to reach you in a timely manner, giving them the information and the resources they need to make things happen. That's where we probably stand above a lot of other bands. Is yes, our music is top notch, but we're professional about it. This is what we do for a living. We take it very seriously. So, if something needs to happen, it needs to happen in a short time, we get it done, so that we can make it easier on the people that we're going to be working with. There's a lot more to it than just showing up and playing music. Logistics, transportation, food. What happens if a band has a flat tire and we have to move our setup? Can they call us and get a hold of somebody and organize the band to make that thing happen and with 2 hours notice? Vice versa. Maybe you weren't even booked for a show, but a certain event manager calls up and says, "Hey, your guy's been in touch with us. Dave's been calling us and let us know, that you guys wanted to play this show. We didn't have a spot for you, but if something opened up, well, it opened up. You have 5 hours, to get to Vegas."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can make some opportunities for ourselves by doing the things necessary, getting our own publicity and marketing out, and really pushing hard on all cylinders.
So we'd kind of touched on it before. The internet marketing is really going to be important for this band, I think. As much as we possibly can, because I know your schedules along with your writing schedules are pretty tasking at this point. So I plan on doing as much as I can behind the scenes, as much as I possibly can, and hopefully with your help as well, because you seem to have more of a grasp of the more technical things that I don't have access to, you know. And so I may have to share my resources with you, and in hopes that we can get it all done together. But I'll try and take as much responsibility for all that stuff off you as I can. And as you're willing to let me do, you know, because I've been kind of laying low because I really don't want to push anything. I hadn't met you yet.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, I mean, we're at a very, you know, we're at a very ground floor, you know, position right now.
Transition.
We, you know, for bands that have the sound that we have and have, you know, just the small, you know, amount of music that we actually have completed, you know, to at least to, you know, a writing point, you know, we don't have, you know, the budget to go out and hire a team of people like you know, you would typically expect, you know, if you got a label contract, you know, they have somebody, you know, taking care of your marketing, they have somebody taking care of your tour and booking, they have all those things, you know, sorted out. You know, you just go where you're told, and you know, and you adhere to whatever schedule you're handed. Yeah, you show up and play. You know, we understand, you know, being in the position that we're in now, you know, we're getting closer to a point where, you know, the need for staff and the need for people that are, you know, you're able to go, hey, these are the things on the, you know, the list for this week. You know, these are the things that have to get accomplished, and these are the dates and the deadlines that we need to hit. And, you know, whether it's shoulder to shoulder, or it's, you know, it's, hey, I need, you know, help with this, and, you know, and going back and forth and keeping that communication, you know, seeing to it that everything is getting accomplished, you know, on those time scales is crucial. Because, I mean, you know, when you're talking about investing time into recording a project, you know, getting something final, and then being able to market that product, you know, that's a timeline that from the time it gets done in the studio and we actually have a final thing in our hand. Well, now we got to get that final thing in front of people, and you got to, you know, you have to create consumers. You know, you have to, and they're not going to find you, you know, most of the time on a whim. The internet provides us the ability to reach out and touch the world with a couple of clicks, and that's really nice and convenient. But at the end of the day, you're talking about a music experience. You know, you're talking about a light show. You're talking about a performance quality that you know brings us, you know, no revenue unless you have people buying tickets and coming out to the show, people buying the music and loving what you're doing, and or digging your merchandise and your brand. You know, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we consider it a business. It is a brand. You know, this isn't you know, three guys in their basement, you know, beating on, you know, instruments and calling it, you know, professional. It's you know, we've all kind of been around the block a few times with music, not just, you know, with the three of us, but with other, you know, other projects and stuff in the past. And, you know, I think we've all kind of gotten a lot of the cobwebs off of our shoulders in terms of, you know, going, okay, that was not as pleasant of an experience as I thought it initially would be, and you know, there comes a point where it's like you realize that there's nothing more, you know, useful in getting things done than doing them, than taking action and actually making it a responsibility thing and going, okay, I'm doing this, I'm taking care of it, it's getting done right now, and not, you know, okay, this is going to be done in 3 weeks, and you know, and then you totally forget about it, and you never get around to it. There's got to be, you know, that accountability for making sure that whatever tasks you're handing out are actually getting taken care of. Right. And you know, and there's no better person to crack that whip than Tyson.
you learn from being in other projects what doesn't work.
Right.
And it's easy for I think all of us to recognize what amateurs do and what professionals do. I have no time for amateur right now. I'm at a point in my career where I'm not doing this for fun anymore. I'm doing it because I have a passion for it, and I want to succeed, and I want to be with a successful professional working group of a band, you know. I really love the music we're putting out, writing, and it comes through in the music for all of us. I mean, it's awesome stuff, and I can't wait to get it out in front of a ton of people. I know good things are going to happen once it gets there. We got to get there. We got to get the recordings done as soon as possible, and get the show on the road. It's going to be a lot of fun.
calendar's a mess, and these weeks are together like